Hey, Jason Dula here from workfromhomeroadmap.com, talking to you about why people don't get started working from home. Now, most people I've spoken to have actually wanted to start working from home. They've either seen other people work from home and thought it was a good idea, or they've seen an ad about it somewhere and were hesitant. And be careful, there are actual scams out there. Working from home seems like a fairy tale to most people, something that people talk about and some people are able to do, but not something I could do myself. That's what people tell themselves. So I've asked these people why they couldn't do it themselves, and there are two main reasons that stick out to me. The first one is fear, and the second one is excuses. So let's talk about fear first. So the fears manifest themselves in different ways. People say, what if I can't do the work? What if I don't earn enough money? What if I get fired? What if I'm not good enough? At the end of the day, a lot of people aren't confident in themselves, so they don't even get started in the first place. Now, I'm going to go ahead and address these fears one at a time. Just briefly go over them. Okay. First of all, what if I can't do the work? A lot of people ask that question. Now, there are literally thousands of different things you can do online. If you can't do programming, you can write an article. Maybe you can design a PowerPoint presentation. If you currently can't do any of the hundreds or thousands of different jobs available online, then learn a new skill. It's not that hard. You can find thousands of tutorials online, and I'm also offering some courses. It can be simple as learning how to use Microsoft Excel or Photoshop. If you even gain a basic understanding in any of those areas, as well as possibly thousands more areas, there is work that you can do online. You just have to look for it. And if you don't know where to start looking at my resources page. Okay? I'm giving you all the resources you need so that you don't have any excuses left. The second fear, what if I don't earn enough money? Now, when I first started working from home, I was earning $5 an hour, which if I worked full-time, that would be $200 a week, which is 10,000 pesos a week. Not bad for somebody working from home, right? Now, after a month, I started charging more and kept increasing my rates as I gained more confidence and experience. The lowest I've seen people work for is $2 an hour, and if you work at that rate, that's 15,000 pesos a month. That's mid-entry level for a lot of jobs in the Philippines, and you can work on your own time. As time goes by, you can increase your rates, and if that isn't enough, you can even work more hours. You don't need to commute back and forth to work, and you can cook at home, and you just relax at home. Okay, the third fear. What if I get fired? Now, this fear exists whether you work from home or not. The good thing about working from home is that a lot of work from homers or freelancers work with multiple companies. So if one of the company fires you, then you learn your lesson and move on to another. I work with around 9 different companies right now. As long as you do good work, you shouldn't have any trouble finding new jobs. And if you don't do good work, practice. Get better until you can do good work, until you can do better work. Next is, what if I'm not good enough? There's a way to avoid getting yourself in the situation. Okay, it's just not over-promising. If you know basic Excel, don't say you're an Excel expert. If you need to learn more about Excel, then take an Excel course. There will be times when the work you do might not meet your client's expectations, and that's perfectly fine. If you keep clear communication with your client, however, your client will understand. Just be honest and tell them when there's something that you can't do or something you have to learn more about. Okay, let's move on to the excuses. People make excuses because they're scared. I know this from first-hand experience. Whenever I'm scared of doing something and I don't want to admit it, I come up with excuses. Common excuses are, I don't know how to get started, or I don't have any skills that I can make money from, or I don't have the right computer at home, or someone saying, I don't have time to do it. If you don't know how to get started, then this entire blog is set up to help you get started, to teach you the mindset, the skills, the techniques to get started. If you still don't know how after going through the articles on the blog and even taking the courses, then just comment below and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Second, if you think that you don't have any skills that you can make money from. Okay, this is just a repeat of the above fear. What if I can't do the work? There are hundreds of things or thousands of things that you can do. If you can't or if you don't want to do any of those things, learn something new. If you don't want to learn something or do any work, then that's another problem. Okay, that's something we can't cover here. Another excuse is I don't have the right computer at home, so I can't work from home, I can't become a freelancer. Now if you're reading this on a computer, if you're watching this on a computer, then you've lost this argument. You don't need the best computer out there to get started. In fact, as long as your computer can surf the internet and open Microsoft Office, that should be enough for you to get started working online. In fact, I even do web development and Photoshop work on my Intel Atom laptop, and I like it because it's small and portable. But even if you don't have a computer but can buy one, like I said, you don't even need much. You can start with a 15,000 peso laptop or $300. I'll make another post about computers in the future, but in the meantime, ask in the comments if you have any specific questions about requirements and computers and all that. Now, if you can't afford to purchase a computer at the moment, you can always rent one in an internet cafe. In the Philippines, you can rent a computer for 20 pesos an hour. So if you're charging 250 pesos, which is $5 an hour, then it's worth spending 20 pesos. You're earning 230. Okay, for those that say that they don't have the time to do it, let me ask you, what's more important to you? Do you spend time on Facebook? Do you play Clash of Clans? Do you watch TV shows? Do you go out with friends? If you can do those, you have the time. You just have other priorities. So I want to challenge you. Sacrifice a little. On your days off, or instead of doing mindless tasks like browsing Facebook, do a little work. Even if it's just an hour a day or a couple of hours during the weekends, just start getting in that habit of doing work from home. Okay, hopefully by now you don't have any more excuses. You may still be scared, that's totally normal, but anything worth doing is scary. If you still have questions or fears that I haven't been able to address, let me know in the comments below.